Hey guys, Ring Queen Lexa Rose here, back again with another episode of Wrestling with Beauty. Yay! Today's look is actually inspired by a really great guy and a phenomenal wrestler. This guy has not yet been in the WWE. Notice how I said yet. This look is called The Green Machine. This is actually dedicated to my friend Mike Orlando, who gave me his blessing to do this look, and it came out, as you can see, pretty good. And I'm really proud of myself for being able to always get out of my comfort zone and try new things and new techniques, and trying so many different designs to incorporate into my looks that identify with the wrestlers that inspire my makeup look. So I just wanted you guys to see this is what it looks like. And can I just say, my eyebrows, they're not quite twins, but they close. They're like fraternal twins or something like that. They're like the Usos. They're different in some way, shape, or form, but they look alike from afar. Like, see, look, ooh, so crazy. That's another inspired look I'm going to do, but I really want to start getting into doing independent wrestler inspired looks, because a lot of these guys are people I know and they're colleagues of mine in the business, and I want to be able to honor them and basically let them know that they also inspire me to keep getting in the ring and doing what I love doing, which is wrestling. So with that being said, this is the Green Machine look, and let's get this tutorial rolling. Okay, so before we start this tutorial off, I just want to touch upon something that I feel is just so important to me, positive body image. For a very, very long time, I had issues with my body. I mean, I was in high school, and high school can be really, really, really cruel. Not 13 Reasons Why cruel, that's just an over-exaggeration. But, you know, people can be mean. But one thing that we were given is a choice. We can choose to let it define us, or we can choose to let it motivate us to be better. I choose to use it as motivation. Not too long ago, I was slut shamed, body shamed, and this has been going on for years. I mean, this is going on for everybody. I just want to let you guys know it's okay. People are going to disagree. People are not going to like your particular brand or your particular body or who you are. That's fine. That's their loss. But never ever stop being you because of what other people say. You got to understand, the general consensus is most likely a bunch of sheep that believe that vaccinating your children can cause autism. No. However, there may be side effects, but let's face it, the margin is so slim, and there are different, provisions, I guess you could say, different qualifications, different requirements, whatever word you want to use. There are different reasons why some vaccinations are linked to brain damage and other side effects. It's no different from any kind of prescription pills you're taking. But what I want to touch upon is how people will always continue to judge you for what you believe in, what you look like, and what you do. It's got to be up to you to choose whether you want it to defeat you or you want it to make you stronger. So I implore you, choose to be motivated. Choose to let the hurtful words of other people not hurt you. Choose to let it roll off your shoulders. And people can be really cruel. I mean, people will say things to the point where their whole intention is to get you to take your life because they really don't want you on this earth. There are people like this. Those are the people that are the first to face karma. You have to understand, don't take matters into your own hands. The universe has this way of sorting everything out. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep believing in yourself. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're beautiful just the way you are. So don't let nobody ever tell you different. Coming from somebody who's survived 2 suicide attempts I had to be transferred out of my school for 1 whole year because I was bullied so badly. And I ended up having to go to I had to take homeschooling for it because I couldn't handle being, it gets to be too much. Eventually, I told myself I was not about to freaking sit there and not walk down the aisle with my friends. I was determined to go to prom with my friends. And I wasn't going to let anybody stop me. So I took all the negative stuff, rolled it into a little ball, wiped my ass with it, and flushed it down the toilet. Come to find out that all those people that bullied me ended up facing their own type of karma. So, I just want you to know, I'm a survivor. I've been there, done that. I could have been a Hannah Baker just like anybody else, but I chose not to be Hannah Baker. I chose to be me. I chose to be strong. I chose to be beautiful in my own right, and I chose not to let anybody else get the best of me. And you can too. You just have to find the strength within yourself to be able to surpass and be able to rise above the negativity. That's all. That's all. So, with that being said, love yourself because I love you. And if nobody else in the world tells you that, I'll tell you. You're beautiful, you're special, and I love you. Now, let's get started with the tutorial. My grapefruit juice. I love it. Also, another thing I want to talk about. I used to hate having my hair curly, like this. As you can see why. Yeesh. That word. I'm really trying to make a conscious effort not to use the word because I noticed a couple of videos in I use it a lot and none of you guys have been telling me anything. Some friends y'all are. I still love you anyways. But I used to be really uncomfortable with my hair because it wasn't perfectly corkscrew curly like Shirley Temple, and it doesn't look as pretty as like all these gorgeous Instagram models that have these really nice curly pretty hair. But I came to accept my nappy hair. So that being said, and trust me, I went out of my way to make sure that my hair was never curly. Like the moment I washed it, the next day I would either do my hair or I would literally leave my hair straight until the point where it wasn't even like hair anymore. It just looked like synthetic, like tired old Barbie doll hair that looks like it's been like dunked in a bathtub one too many times. Y'all know that Barbie hair, the one that looks nice but it really feels like weird and like kind of plasticky. I would let it get that bad, and I would actually spend money to get my hair done because either I was too lazy or didn't have time, and I just couldn't stand my curly hair. And I just recently switched up my gimmicks where now I can comfortably leave my hair curly and once in a while leave it in pigtails because my gimmick is Native American, so of course you gotta have the trademark pigtails. And I choose to leave it curly because it's my natural hair. My character is of nature, so yeah. I'm just saying, love yourself, and if you can't love yourself, then hit me up. I love you. If nobody else wants to love you, I will love you for you because I have a lot of love to give. There's plenty of love in the universe to give to anybody, even if they don't deserve it. So just remember, I love you. Mama Lexa Rose loves you just the way you are, cute little punum. Mwah. Alright, so what we're going to start off is with our Clinique Super Primer. And I love this stuff. No shade to Benefit with their Professional. It's just, again, family product. Runs in the family, been passed down for generations. It's the secret of beauty. And we're just gonna put that all over. And I love the finish on my face. It is just so yummy. Okay, next what we're going to do is, and I'm really, you know what, guys, if you're watching this, please comment down below how good the Farsali oils are, because I know that I went into Ulta and one of the girls told me it was some really, really good stuff, and I'm really, really looking forward to buying it, but it's been hard because I don't have enough money. So if you want to help me out, my PayPal's down below. It's not easy being, you know, an up-and-coming wrestler and makeup artist, because, you know, everybody wants to be a makeup artist. It just seems so easy. Like, no fam, it's not, you know, but I still make do. So I'm going to go with my Ulta Demi Matte Foundation in, what shade is this? Honey. Honey got me hooked on you. I was actually listening to that earlier today. I mean, you know, Mariah isn't the same as she used to be, but, you know, it's Mariah, so. But I'm using this one only because I actually tested it against my Smashbox, and this one's a lot darker and oxidizes a lot better on my skin. Because, as you can tell, I'm a pale-faced bitch. I'm a motherfucking pale-ass bitch. Okay, let me... That might have to go in the bloopers. I don't know. So, we're going to take our foundation, because it's on my hand. I don't know why some makeup artists, and it's so freaking neat how they do it too. Like, they're so freaking clean with it. They'll literally take it from the pump and they just pump it on their face. But this stuff is so thick that I can't do that. So we're just gonna put this all over our face. Next, we are gonna go for the brows. Now I'm going to go into my Too Faced Brow Envy, which is a really, really, really super good product. And it comes with all this neat stuff like a spoolie for your eyebrows. And it even comes with tweezers, which I think is really, really, like, boss, because, you know, you always need tweezers. And then it's got a little mini brow brush. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into the brunette one, which is this one right here. We're going to kind of dip in that a little bit, and we'll just do our brows. Twins, not, but they're sisters, I guess. Jeffree Star puts it like perfectly. They're not twins, but they're sisters. There's some relation here. I guess in my case it would be Buster and Babs Bunny. Yeah. No relation. But we're gonna try and clean these bad boys up, and we are gonna find my handy dandy. Here it goes. My contouring brush. Although, you know what? I think I have something smaller that might actually be a little bit easier. We're going to grab this one. It's small and it's flat, as you can tell. And, see? And I know with the right amount of concealer put upon it, it'll help me clean up my brows. So we're going to go back and we're going to go into, we're going to go into our Born This Way concealer, shade Light. What we're going to do is we're going to just open this little bad boy up like that. And then just pick some up on the brush. And then we'll just use it to kind of clean up the areas that we put the powder to make our eyebrows look more snatched. unsnatch, snatch, unsnatch, snatch, unsnatch. Sorry, but you can't be on this freaking, you can't be watching these and not expect dirty jokes. I'm a fucking Susia, for Christ's sakes. I mean, it's right there on my sleeve. But I'm actually talking to a girlfriend of mine about Salem, and oh my god. Yeah, Salem is that show. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. And if you're into Salem, definitely check out American Gods. I just got put onto this. I've been wanting to like watch it since I heard about it being adapted from the comics. And I was like, yeah, definitely gotta watch this. So also want to give a quick shout out. Somebody actually commented about my tongue ring. As you can tell, no more. I originally didn't want to get rid of it, but my dentist brought up a very decent point and said, you know, you could keep it in your mouth for as long as you want, but the ball, because it weighs heavily in my mouth, because I used to have a plastic piece, but even then it was flexible and it was pushing down on my tongue from the top. What was happening was it was starting to create a huge hole right there, and my dentist said that if it got any bigger, then the ball would go through, and then I would have to get a bigger gauge, and then a bigger one, and a bigger one. He said eventually my whole tongue would be split in two. And no offense to you, Leonardi, I'm pretty sure that split tongue thing is great, but that's not for me. I don't eat pussy no more, so there's no real need for me to have a split tongue. But shout out to Len, because I actually saw one of his final matches. It was funny because it was the first time we shared a locker room together for the last time, and it was just like so heartbreaking because I remember when I first started watching live indie shows, he was one of the first ones, and I remember following him like a fangirl, and it wasn't even like in that way. It was just he was so intriguing and so different looking. I was like, that's the type of dude you could definitely have some shots and some beers with. Like, I definitely want to be his friend. He seems cool, and his wife is absolutely gorgeous. She's a goddess. Baniati, you did well. You are a goddess among goddesses. So just want to give a quick shout out to those two. The most unconventional couple of wrestling, but the most beautifulest. Let me tell you. Them twos is some attractive looking motherfuckers. Okay? Like, when you first look at them at first glance, you're like, kind of like, But when you get to know them the way I have, they are the most phenomenal parents and the most awesomest people you could ever freaking meet. And that reminds me, Len, if you're watching this, please give me your blessing. Would like to do a makeup tutorial inspired by you and Bonnie. It was going to be called Bonnie and Odd, or Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing, because I wanted to kind of incorporate both your characters. But just get back to me when you can. Just wanted to throw that out there. But watch American Gods. I'm actually talking to my homegirl about Salem. And again, I want to do like some more indie looks, because I have like so many ideas for, you know, a lot of WWE superstars, but I really want to work on like some of my friends in the indie business. And it was really nice for Mike Orlando to actually give me his blessing to do this tutorial. So I see you, boo-boos. I see you, and I can't wait to see you on NXT for only $9.99 a month. I mean, you got to see this kid. If you really want to know who Mike Orlando is, I put his YouTube channel right down below, and watch all his matches and tell him the Ring Queen sent you. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. He actually had a really, really great match against Shelton Benjamin. Yes, the gold standard. That dude. And he tore the house down for BCW. So I just want to, like, you know, thank you, Mike, for giving me your blessing. And I'm so proud of you. I feel like a happy, proud mom, because, you know, I am a mom. But, you know, being a mom in the business, you kind of look at all the younger guys like your children. So I just want to say thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you, you know, out there on the grandest stage of them all one day. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now let it be known that the Ring Queen Lexa Rose called it now. So, yeah. We're going to finish up this other brow, and then we'll get started on the next step, okay? Mwah. Love you, beautiful bitches. That our eyebrows are snatched like wigs. Our people Naomi. Feel the glow. Alright, so now that we've snatched some wigs off these brows, we're going to go into contouring. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my born this way because I don't want like my whole face to be washed out. And the Tarte Shape Tape's great, but that's for the winter time now, and summer's starting to come and spring, so we're gonna go with this one. And we're just gonna dump that on there. Our little map drawn out. Grab our damn beauty blender, mirror, and gets to work. I have a little light. It was one of those little nightlight lamps that I could put right here and it shines right on my face. But what I really want to invest in is one of those vanity mirrors with the light included. But they're like so expensive. PayPal's down below. You're still beautiful. We are going to go into our Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, which has been an effing godsend. And we're going to just go right into my favorite dark brown color, which is called, I believe, Havana. Yes, it is called Havana. So we're just going to, I don't really have to do that much. This stuff can go so far, it's not even funny. See? Not much. Right there. Right here. And then what I've been doing lately to kind of accentuate my chin is kind of little dips right here. And look at that. You're probably wondering, that looks stupid. But I actually saw another makeup artist do this, and when she blended everything out, it looked so amazing. Like, her chin looked so adorable. It wasn't even funny. I was just like, jealous. Snatch this nose. Very important. Gotta snatch that nose. I mean, I have a cute little button nose, so I do not mind accentuating the buttoniest of my button nose. So we're just gonna put that there. We don't need that much because remember, the whole focus is gonna be on the eye look. This look is called the Green Machine, inspired by the Green Machine himself, Mike Orlando. So now that we've got that, we're gonna grab our damn beauty blender and we'll start blending. Terry Hatcher, like, makes a dope villainess, considering she used to play Lois Lane on The Adventures of Lois and Clark. Like, how dope is that? Not to mention the fact that Dean Cain plays Supergirl's father, and he still looks hot. Like, and the fact that the original Supergirl plays Supergirl's mom. Total Easter eggs like a mofo. Time for baking. I'm gonna go with my HD Set and Forget setting powder, 16 hours of flawless rub-proof wear. Get fancy, right? So we're gonna just take a little bit. Who am I kidding? Can never have enough setting powder. 4 hours later. If y'all watch SpongeBob, y'all got the joke. So we're just gonna like grab some, put some right here in a cap. We're gonna go, I'm gonna do the cheeks first, right here. Although some people prefer to do it last, I prefer to do it first, only because once I put the bronzer on, kind of blends this harsh line right here. I don't know if you can see it. It looks really, kind of makes everything look really, really fresh. So, stick some right there, barely on the nose. So what we're going to do is go on that corner, There we go. Laura Mercier. Some people use the Coty Airspun. I don't feel it's necessary to spend all that money on brand names if they work just as well as like these cheap, you know, no mama no papa joints. And I kind of tested that out with Dollar Tree. Looks like cocaine on my freaking table. Fiance's gonna be like, babe, it's not what you think, I swear. But I love the finish on this powder too. Like, it's just really soft, satiny, like really, really nice. It's if you put primer on your face all over again. But I love this stuff, and it's cheap, and for what it's being used for, you could get it. I got this for like $6 at the local beauty supply shop. You can get any kind of setting powder because of the evolution of makeup and how it's being used. There are so many different kinds of concealers. There's concealer for the contour, there's concealer for the under eye, and it's not even called concealers anymore. Most of the time it's called contour. I mean, some of it, the highlight part, is usually called concealer, but it's really, is it being used to conceal anything but our dark circles? But, you know, there's all sorts of different products now being marketed, one of them being setting powder, and I think it's just a wonderful idea, and it really helps, especially if you're working with, in my case, I'm going to be working with a lot of green, and it's heavy pigmented greens, which means there's going to be a lot of fallout, and the bake actually helps me remove that green off my face without it smearing up and ruining the rest of my face. So we got that, or I explained that to you guys. So what we're going to do is next we're going to go into our Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, and we're going to pop that on. This is one of the very few videos that I actually have become quite the chatterbox. So, you know, if it's a little longer than my normal ones, it's because I really want to like talk to you guys and let you guys get to know who I truly am as a person. And also my little intro before we started was a little long, but it wasn't too bad, I hope. I mean, if you don't want me to do any more of those, just let me know and just be like, hey bitch, shut the fuck up, just get to the tutorial. I will not be mad either which way. But I know that, you know, I love like listening to Jeffree Star, Manny NUA, Patrick Star, Bretman Rock, Nikki Tutorials. I love listening to, you know, what's in their brain and what they're feeling at the time, and always hearing about good news from them. So I want you guys to also share in that good news on my end. So now that we've got this put on, we're going to start going into our greens. Now what I want to do is, because this is going to be a very green look, but it's going to be really fancy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do not only a cut crease, but also have a cut crease here. So just bear with me when I do this. So let me just finish putting this product on my eyelids, and I'll be right back for the next step. What I'm going to do is we are going to go into our Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass palette, and we are going to go with this gorgeous, gorgeous green color called Hatter, which is right here. And we're just going to take a fluffy brush that I got from Ruby Kisses, and what we're going to do is we're just going to start building up the crease because it's a heavy green look. So we're going to just start going right in with windshield wiper motions. I'm going to build up on that crease using our Urban Decay Full Spectrum, and it's kind of funny because I'm looking at, and this is from both the same company, I'm looking at the color Hatter on the Alice in Wonderland one, and I don't know if it's because of the color pattern that surrounds this particular color, but ladies and gentlemen, Hatter on here, which is the middle green right there, is the same green that is right down here. And you can tell, like from the human eye, from here where I'm looking, it doesn't look the same because of the colors surrounding it. but when you put them right where the camera can see, like from here, they're pretty identical. So just wanted to let you guys know that, in case, you know. But we're gonna go into this other darker green color called, well, it's not a darker green, it's more like a teal green. It's called Heads Will Roll, and it's kind of like a teal turquoise green, and we're gonna just kind of throw that up there to kind of give the green a little bit more sparkle, because Hatter has a shimmer to it, but Heads Will Roll has more of an iridescent shimmer to it, so I want to kind of use that. So we're gonna use up here to kind of intensify, and we're not gonna use too much, just a little bit. It looks like I use a lot, but this product is so super pigmented, it really does go a long way. So we're just gonna go like that. We're gonna go into our Urban Decay Full Spectrum, and we're gonna go into this dark green color called Pungent, and we're just gonna lightly use it to start building definition on the crease. There. Go right up to where you're gonna put the cut in your crease, and just kind of give yourself a little outline. Got the 100 down. We're gonna just take the fluffy brush and we're just gonna blend that upwards. Looking nice, looking nice, very nice. Now that we've got that, we're gonna start cutting the crease, and we're gonna go right into our handy dandy Born This Way concealer, just so that we can start cortando eso crease. Que se corte el crease, crease. Que tan greasy, greasy. Oh my god, I remember I used to do that as a kid. I was pretty hilarious as a child. We're gonna go in the lid, and we're gonna grab ourselves a nice little eyeshadow brush, and I think this one's a really pretty one. We're gonna grab this one, and we're gonna grab Mean, which is right here. We're gonna go right into that, and we're just gonna put it all over the eyelid. At least a good 3/4 in. We're gonna leave at least a quarter of the eye empty, because I have another color that I want to put in there. It's a really, really nice light color. So I'm gonna go right into Mean and apply it all over the lid. I want to intensify the green on my lid, so I'm going to go into my NYX Avant Pop, and we're going to go into this green color right here. It's not really labeled, so as my mom would always say, where there's a will, there's a way. So we're just going to go right into there and just pop it right on top of that green. And look at that. I didn't even need a mirror. Oh my god. Oh. Come through, NYX. Come through. And I'm not talking about knucking futz, NYX. If you're a Cressley Cole fan and you got that freaking joke, I freaking love you. But come through, NYX. Oh, look at that. Whew. God grip it. Now, while we're here, we're going to go into this more darker green color right here. It doesn't look dark green. It doesn't translate well. It looks kind of almost like this teal blue. But if you hold it up that way, see? It's a green. So we're going to put this right on the outer corner to kind of connect these bad boys. And then once we're done with that, we're going to clean up this edge right here so that we have it nice and cortado. Vámonos. That we've got all our darker greens on, we're going to go in with this really, really, really pretty pastel green from my Prismatic palette by Ulta, and it is called Crystal. And it's that light green color right there, and we're going to apply that right here on the inner corner and also highlight the inner corners. So it's gonna go right here on this corner, right there like that. See? And then voila. Right into that same palette, and we're gonna go into Earthy, which is a really dark green color right here, and we're gonna just put that on just the outer corners just a little bit, not too much, because it's a very shimmery color. It doesn't translate dark the way I want it to, but just dark enough. Now that we've got all the green in, at least for the meantime, because we're still gonna shadow out, we're gonna smudge out and smoke out the look. We're gonna put in our eyeliner. Just grab whatever for now, because we're gonna do a white line on top, make it really cool and make it stand out. So we're gonna put that on, just in case you didn't notice. So now that we've got the black liner, it's time to go a little fancy schmancy fancy. And we're going to go right into our Urban Decay Razor Sharp Longwear Liquid Liner in Bump. And we're going to kind of, ooh, nearly dropped it. But we're going to go over the black liner and kind of make it. That wasn't a good. Ugh. Let's just put the liquid liner on. Time to wipe off the bake. I'm using my Tarte Creamy Powder Foundation in Medium Honey. See? Real nice. Like blonde color. And look at that. We're going to grab our Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and we are going to go into this really pretty color, my favorite, clean brush, and this color is called Snow, and we're going to put on the inner corners and up on our brow bone. See? You have to really know how to use this palette properly in order to really get like the maximum benefit out of it, because when I first bought this palette, it was a little difficult to use. I felt it was difficult to pick up any of the product on any brushes, but if you know how to use the right brush, you can kind of do what I like to call jumpstart the product, I guess you could say. I'm just gonna kind of buff that seam out. What I mean is, you know, every product kind of has that brand new layer, so once you kind of break through that brand new layer, the product becomes a little bit more malleable and workable. So once you can break through the first layer of all these colors, like I haven't even touched Hot Sand, but I'm gonna just kind of, fam, it doesn't take much. You just got to work with it, play with it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's like any video game, you know, you play around with the buttons and stuff like that, and then you kind of figure out, you know, a system kind of thing, you know, a set combination of buttons, basically. And then you end up having that go-to combo for when you're playing like Street Fighter and stuff like that. Same thing with makeup. You just got to kind of get through the first layer. You know, trying to get to know someone, you got to kind of crack open that shell. So keep that in mind when buying new products. Sometimes you might want to just swatch them first and really give it a good swatch to kind of wipe off that first upper layer, because once you get rid of the first layer, then let me tell you, everything is easy. Bleh. When you get rid of that first layer, ladies and gentlemen, it becomes easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, back to the tutorial. And now that we've got the highlight on the upper part on the brow bone, we're gonna put it right in our inner corner. Oh, beautiful. I forgot to contour my nose. Me, Kay's been a dildo. Anyways, to remedy the situation, I'm not going to go into my Hoola bronzer because we're not trying to make the nose too completely snatched. I mean, we kind of did a pretty decent job. But I'm going to grab one of my little tinier brushes. This one will do. There's no name on it, so I can't even tell you which brush it is. Just going to kind of lightly sweep into this brown. And then, like that. It's nothing too fancy. It's not that cereal. It's not super thorough. I wasn't ready for that! Cold-blooded. Damn, what do the 5 fingers say to the face? Flap. I was really shipping those two together too. I haven't been this pissed off since Genesis left Cisco. That's why I don't ship nobody no more. Alright, well, before I start crying because, you know, Killer Frost just done broke my heart along with Julian's. Don't worry, Julian, I was there with you too, boo-boo. I was there with you, boo-boo. I was there. I felt your pain. If you don't watch Flash, then, oh well, you don't watch Flash. But we're going to go in with our Benefit Roller Lash, which is one of my favorites, although I've been really leaning towards my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which, oh, it's also gorgeous. It reminds me, I have to go on a full-on haul one day, so, you know, PayPal's down below. But, you know, I'm trying to grow my brand, you know, being a mom, a wrestler, makeup artist, and stuff. Positive motivator. We're gonna just stick this on because we want to make those lashes look like you're wearing falsies, because I don't really like wearing lashes. Although with this look, because it's gonna be such an intense look, we're gonna kind of go with lashes. So maybe not, I don't know, it depends on what kind of frisky mood I'm in, because I am going to be working out later on today, so this is guaranteed to melt off my face the moment I start sweating, so we'll see. Add some mechanical graphics. Obviously this look is called the Green Machine, so we want to have like kind of circuitry kind of machinery going on. I think it came out really special. So now that we've got pretty much everything done, we're going to finish off with the lips. Okay, and okay, I do have it over here. We're gonna go into our Too Faced Melted Matte, and It's Happening. And it's a really bright pink color that'll complement the green. that I'm wearing. So let's, hold on. Ooh. Don't you hate when you like sharpen your eye pencils and then it gets gunky and then you gotta, Anyways, we're gonna apply this on our lips. Now that we've got the color on our lips, we're gonna just kind of clean it up. So we're gonna go in. Sorry, my face is itchy. Don't you hate when your face is itchy after you just do your makeup and you're like afraid to scratch because you're afraid to scratch off product? The struggle is real, fam. Real. ¿Eso? Yo no sé, pero ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué cepillo? ¿Eso es no? Okay, it was this one. So we're gonna go back into this, and we're just gonna kind of clean up the edges around our lips. So don't take too much because you don't want to like kind of overdo it and then have like white around your mouth and it looks kind of obvious that you kind of cleaned it up. So let's just snatch these lips real quick. So my green machine look is done. This is the finished look. This is the first makeup inspired look by an independent wrestler. Remember, all my makeup tutorials are all wrestling inspired. So it was only fair that I can do one on a good friend, Mike Orlando, who has been doing so well. Not quite done yet though. I want to add some highlight, but mostly on this side because we already have this on this side, so there's no reason to highlight it. So we're going to go into our Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and because this is a green machine look, we want to kind of look as metallic as possible. So we're going to go into that snow color, and we're going to just grab a clean fan brush. I just cleaned my brushes recently, so. And we're going to just pop that on right there. Kind of give us a little robotic finish. And on the nose. Are you hearing that? That's when they played baseball with the Rubies, which I thought was a hilarious episode because you kind of got to see Garnet at her most vulnerable, I guess you could say, and you kind of see the dynamic between Sapphire and Ruby and how they work well together and why they are together. They're like such an amazing team, and it just kind of goes to show that Garnet is literally the walking embodiment of relationship goals. God, I love grapefruit juice. Since you can never have enough. Not too much, just a little bit. There we go. We are finally done with our green machine look. I had a lot of fun doing it. I definitely liked doing the circuitry on the side of my face. My lips came out better than I actually expected, so I'm kind of happy about that. I really wanted to do a look based on my friends in the wrestling circuit, so I wanted to be able to kind of like show, in a way, props to them and let them know that they have my full support and the support of the fans, and you know, for the makeup geeks out there who love makeup, and to those who love makeup and wrestling, this is definitely the channel for you. And I had so much fun doing it. The green came out perfect. The lips came out. This actually, I have to say, came out better than a lot of the looks that I've done before. And a lot of them I've gone right out of my comfort zone and done stuff that I've never done before. But this by far is one of the most fun ones. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. It's nothing too fancy. and nothing too over exaggerated. It's definitely a look, if you get rid of the circuitry part, that can be used as any, you know, nighttime glam, or even just going out to pick up fresh pairs of panties at Victoria's Secrets, or if you're buying milk from Target, or getting bread from Stop and Shop. You know, you gotta look your best when you're shopping. I mean, you never know when you find that freaking nasty ass bitch you used to go to high school with that thought her shit didn't stink. She thought she was so much better than everybody else, but then she's sitting there with a pot belly, 5 kids, and half of them don't even know how to freaking speak English. One's sucking on a hot dog, the other one's sucking on a shoe, and then the third one is yanking on mommy's freaking sweatpants like, Mommy, I want a Happy Meal. And I'm just kind of looking at them like, good luck slaying hoes. This is the look. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching me do this. Sorry if it was a bit of a long one. I did go on a tandem a bit because I want people to understand how important it is to have self-love. So, love yourself. And as RuPaul said, how in the hell are you going to love anybody else? So, remember to keep that in mind. Don't feel pressured because, oh, that cute boy doesn't like me or anything like that. That's his fucking loss. That is his fucking loss. You gotta understand, most men like pretty things. Men are bigger bitches than females. Men like pretty things. Pretty vapid things. So while you might think that the high school cheerleader or the prom queen is popular because she's so pretty, that doesn't make her smarter than you. That doesn't make her better than you. Hell, for all you know, that girl might be carrying her own different tragedies. You don't know. So never ever envy the next person. It's really hard, but once you get older, you start to realize that you don't end up hating people, you end up pitying them. Because it's the living you have to pity, not the dead. They're up in heaven having fun watching a good old-fashioned wrestling match, you know, with Andre the Giant versus Roddy Piper. You know, music by Prince and Rick James. But at the end of the day, the only reflection you see in that mirror is your own. Not some preppy, pretty girl, or not some gorgeous jock or anything like that. Nobody's ever truly pretty. At least not on the inside and outside. It's either one or the other. And if you're lucky to truly accept yourself and to truly, truly love yourself for who you really are, you become that very rare few that's beautiful both on the inside and outside. So remember, if you feel like nobody else loves you, if you feel like you don't have any friends, if you don't feel like nobody cares about you, pop up one of my videos, because I'll always tell you, I love you. I love you just the way you are. Don't ever change a fucking thing about yourself. You want to know why? Because I didn't change a goddamn thing about myself. I'm brash, I'm crash, I'm rude, I'm crude, I'm a mean old dude. But the point is, I'm not going to change who I am to fit other people's expectations. And you shouldn't either. You should never have to. You should never have to conform or change who you are as a person, who your heart is, who your soul was meant to be, just so you can make someone else happy. Because guarantee you, you're never going to be happy. And at the end of the day, it's your happiness that matters, not theirs. So, remember, I love you, you love you, and that's all that matters. Okay? Love yourself. And never ever stop spreading positivity. Don't ever, ever, ever. You know, people may think, oh, it's sad, it's tacky. No, it's not. And I'm sorry this video has gone a little bit long, but I feel it's so important that you learn to love yourself. It's not easy because you're so busy seeing your flaws. Instead of looking at those flaws as bad things, you need to realize those flaws make you who you are. Embrace those flaws because they are beautiful. Just the way you are. Love you guys, and I will see you on the next tutorial. Just so you know, I still have that tiger calming mask that I'm going to be trying out soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be trying to put up another bonus video soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm available for wrestling bookings. You know, just email me down below. All my information is down there. And hopefully I'll see you soon in a ring near you.